I reposted this clip of Snoop Dogg saying something I thought was really motivational. And it's been getting hundreds of likes at a time. And now that it's hundreds of likes at a time and still some comments mixed in there, I have no desire to go look at, nor do I have the time to go look at every single person that liked it. And I even went and turned off notifications because I don't want my phone blowing up every time someone likes this post. And it's just I've noticed this so much when it comes to abundance, right? When you have an abundance mindset, and abundance starts manifesting in your life, it becomes less significant. It becomes less. It becomes more normalized because there's so much of it, right? When there's one of something, it's really easy to focus on that one or few. But when there's a grouping or a lot of something, it's a lot harder to focus on it. And so then you don't. You just sort of generalize in a way. And I've noticed this happening in multiple areas of my life as my abundance has begun to increase. So with the social media thing, now I don't have a desire to go focus on the likes and comments anymore because now there's so many, I don't have time and I don't care. I know that it's reaching people and getting people to think, and affecting people and impacting people and getting people to engage. So that's great. And I don't need to go put energy there to go see what's going on. And then with the food thing, right? I have an abundance of food now. I'm literally just buying whatever food I want to buy, eating what I want to eat when I want to eat it, just not really even putting a lot of thought into it anymore. Whereas I used to be super conscious when I had less money to buy less food. And I felt like I had to be more conscientious and intentional about what I was buying and eating. And there's so much more focus and energy on that. But now that I have an abundance of food, my cabinets are full, my fridge is full, everything's always stocked. I barely put any thought into what I'm eating anymore because I know there's always going to be something there for me. I know there's always going to be something I want to eat in my house now. And so I don't ever have to worry. I don't ever put any thought into food anymore. It's so nice. And it's that's my energy is freed up there because I know there's abundance there, right? I'm noticing that with my clothing, it's in that early stage where there's a lot of focus on clothing because I don't have a lot of clothing. I have very few pieces that I feel really are at the same vibration that I'm at right now. And the rest of it is just, So I'm in this process of bringing in more clothing that fits my style, that matches that vibration of abundance of where I'm at and blah, blah, blah. And I know that once I get to that point where I have an abundance, a plethora of clothing options that fit my vibration, that are me, then there'll be less energy that is going into trying to decide what to wear because trying to choose the best thing to wear because all the stuff I have, I like to wear. It all feels good to me. I have an abundance of things at my vibration. And so that energy is going to be freed up. And so it's this, maybe I'll make a video on this, but it's this progression from the few mindset, the specific mindset to the abundance mindset. The specific mindset's there are a few options. So because there's a few options, I need to make sure that I make the best choice out of these few. Right? And then it even pares it down to the one or the other, right? Pros and cons, there's two options here. And it makes it seem like such a bigger deal and a bigger decision than it is. Because it's not. Making a decision between one or two is the same as making a decision between number 1 or number 50 or number 100 or number 5,000, of options. It's the same. There's no difference. It just seems like a more important decision because there's only two options there. And so the mind hyper focuses. And so if we can begin to shift our approach to decision making When there's a few options to that same approach we would take as if we had a lot of options, meaning there's no wrong choice. You can't get it wrong. It's all about how you feel, right? And being in that place of like feeling like feeling like you're abundant. You're so taken care of, and you are so free, and you are so on point that you can't make a wrong decision, even if there's only two to choose between. That feeling has served me so well, and is what I feel is the key. Was what I feel the key is when in making that vibrational jump from lack mindset to abundance mindset, right? And so we can do this when it comes to making purchase decisions, which is something that I have been on a journey with myself, changing my, shifting my mindset and my vibration when it comes around spending, buying things, circulating money, spending money, investing, all those sorts of things. I just moved some money into my investment account today. Just because I was like, that money needs to go there. This money needs to be doing something for me. And I'm beginning to more and more incorporate that mindset of consistently moving money into my investments account, consistently saving money, having that money doing something and working for me and growing when I'm not using it. And the more that we can begin to go with these positive impulses and inspirations that we get and nurture those, the easier that it'll become. And it'll just become the way you live and the way that you move and the way that you engage with money. And money becomes more of like a friend or a coworker or a business partner than like hard to get or someone you want to date, but like you can never, that just doesn't even pay you attention, right? We all have a relationship with money, and think about what your relationship with money is like. But when it comes to making financial decisions about what to purchase, how to spend your money, even if it's something as simple as going grocery shopping, do it as if you have all the money in the world. Do it as if you have an abundance of money, right? Like if I were to make a decision about what I really want based on what I'm inspired to, what I feel I deserve, and what I really want, what I want, right? Like, can you even admit to yourself what you want? Some people don't even let themselves want stuff because they just automatically shut it down. They're like, oh, I can't afford it. Well, I don't want to let myself want that because I don't want to feel bad because I'm not going to let myself get what I want. No. You have to let yourself want. Otherwise, you would never get what you want. You can't have it both. You can't deny yourself and then also get everything you want. It just doesn't work. Those are two different vibrational frequencies. So it's either you let yourself want or you don't. So let yourself want and then buy what you want. Purchase what you want. Don't be stingy with yourself, as Reverend Ike says. Be rich with yourself. Go to your cup runneth over. And what begins to happen is, like, I started doing this with groceries. I started buying the good stuff when I would go to the grocery store. The stuff that, like, I'd be like, oh, I could just buy the store brand, or oh, I could just buy the generic brand. Like, it doesn't have to be the nice brand. No, I started buying the good brands. I started buying the good brands of stuff, the stuff that like the packaging looks good. And for me, aesthetics are important. For some people, they don't even notice how things look. And that's fine. You've got a different, barometer inside of you that lets you know if it's something that you want or not. But for me, I know what types of things I'm attracted towards. And so when I started buying those things when it came to food, I began to need less of it. Like when I buy like the good pasta, the good sauce, the good proteins, the good vegetables, making my meals. They last so long now, so much longer than I remember them lasting before, when I was just buying like the bare minimum, the cheap stuff. Like, because I'm not only satisfying myself on a physical level, I'm satisfying myself on an energetic level. And so I don't need as much because I'm already full. So when you're operating from this place of fullness, like I am full, I've got what I need, and I make decisions in alignment with that fullness, this satisfaction, this worthiness, that you need less of it to satisfy you. Versus buying stuff from a place of lack, like, oh, I'm going to buy the store brand pasta, the cheap, the $1 per pound box of pasta, the $1 jar of sauce, the on sale beef or whatever, no vegetables. I'm going to make that for dinner. Like, I remember I would eat a meal like that in a night. Just at that night, all of it gone, eat it. And it's because I bought that from a place of I don't have enough. And so then when I was making it and eating it, I felt like I didn't have enough. And so I needed to eat more of it to feel like I was satisfied. So it's like remembering that when we make these decisions from a place of fear or lack, that permeates that whole experience. It permeates it all. And then you feel lackful when you're eating it. You feel lackful when you're digesting it. And it's just like, it permeates. And so it feels like, it may feel like a risk at first, making this decision from this place, buying the thing that your mind tells you can't afford, but that you're inspired to buy, you're drawn to buy it. It's going to feel like a risk, so just do it one time. Do it one time and enjoy it and bask in it, right? And appreciate and thank yourself for making a decision that came from a place of like self-love, instead of from a place of fear or lack. And then maybe next week, do it again. Do it again with something else, right? And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the more abundance you begin to see. The more abundance begins to come in. The more you realize that you're drawn to make certain decisions for a reason. You're drawn to certain things for a reason. It's not because you're greedy or you're excessive or, you think you're better than anyone. It's not for some negative reason. It's because you deserve to feel and experience joy and pleasure and satisfaction and happiness of the highest level all the time. And that's something you also want to integrate as well. So yeah, man, this just poured out of me. Well, I hope you guys found this helpful. Love y'all.